I'm Lauren Glassberg. We are so happy you're joining us for The Dish with the folks from The Chew. We have Michael, Mario, Carla, and Clinton, and you're in between shows right now. We're on the set. Yes. You have another show to tape coming up.
Second show of the day today. Yeah, more food to eat.
It's a jam-packed schedule. We're sort of sliding in, and we wanted to talk to you about your favorite kitchen utensils. I know it's a personal experience when you're with your tools, right? So you actually have a little overlap. We asked you to pick your favorites. Let's start with you, Michael.
Because I think some of it is it's the misconception that you need a million things. What you need is like some really good stuff. So like I like a cast enamel braiser because I could do so much in it. I could saute in it, I could braise in it, I could make my eggs in it, and then, you know, because I am the sexiest zester on The Chew, I like a microplane.
It's actually true, and I'm rolling my eyes.
I mean, because with the microplane...
Well, there's zesting, and then there's grating Parmesan cheese. There's two different things.
So you're using it for the citrus,
Well, I use it for everything. I use it for citrus, nutmeg, cheeses. I mean, it is such an...
Chocolate.
Ginger, garlic.
Like
you could do everything with this thing. It's a great tool.
And you see a microplaner, Mario, and you're thinking, cheese.
I'm thinking cheese, I'm thinking truffles, I'm thinking different kinds of things. I'm thinking more of finishing the dish because actually I'm the fourth sexiest zester on this show. So it's just all right to admit it. I can get it off. I can make zesting happen. I just don't do it with that kind of, whatever that thing that guy. Right? I mean, that's the Simon thing. But what you can see is that Simon and I, because we didn't check our list, agreed on exactly the two most important things for us.
Right.
For me, it's this big Dutch oven, which makes soups, braises, you can saute in it. And it's just something like, once you have a piece of equipment like this, you don't buy 30.
You are a baker as well,
yes,
right?
Yes, so I chose a digital scale, and I think a lot of people think measuring cups and all of that, but if you're baking and you're really serious about it, and you're really serious about having those recipes be consistent, a scale is the best thing. Now, I would say, even in your cookbooks, the things that you do all the time, let's say you're making, I don't know, biscuits. The time to convert is like in the winter when the flour is dry. In the summer, people don't realize how much water and humidity is actually being absorbed into your flour, so it changes the weight. So during the dry season, the winter, it's like maybe take those recipes and see how much a cup weighs, and then change those big measurements like the sugar, all that stuff in the winter, and then in the summertime, you just make a little notation.
This just shows what the mentality of a baker is compared to a chef or a cook. I mean, the precision is so vital.
Science.
Yeah.
Right, concert pianist, jazz musician.
Love it,
Two
love it.
great forms of music, but
Very
some
different.
Like I could never play a concert
Ballroom
piano.
dancing,
They could concert piano.
thing,
right,
twerking.
right, exactly.
I get it. I'm not a baker. I'm not precise. I throw things in, and I hope it works.
Right, exactly.
It often does. When I bake, never works. And you also like, Carla, if you had to pick a second favorite.
Well, my second thing was the Dutch oven because I mean I love my really heavy, you know, pots with lids
but they
go also from the oven or the stove to the table.
Family.
Yeah.
Right, it could be an heirloom.
Right, exactly.
It could, yeah.
Passed down. So, Clinton, you have the dangerous tools on your side over there.
Right. Well, you know, these guys are trained chefs. I am not. I am a home cook. And before I start,
you get the knife?
I get the knife. But I've
the knife and the bludgeon.
But I've learned from these guys that you don't need every gadget in the world. Before I started the show, I had every gadget ever made for the kitchen, and now I've pared down to things like the cast iron enamel-coated pan and a great set of knives. Like, spend as much money as you can possibly afford on the best knives that you can afford because they just actually make your life a lot easier, and you'll cut yourself fewer times. The sharper, the better knife you have, because these dull knives, they just sort of slip, and that's how people get cut. And that's why I say, if you're going to invest in a great knife or knives or knife set, you need to have a way to sharpen them.
I think that is so important.
Yeah, a lot of people have the knives, and then, you know, a month later, they're dull.
Right, that'd be me.
Yeah, so get a great, either learn how to sharpen on something like this, or I actually have a desktop, not a desktop, a countertop electric sharpener.
Oh, electric.
Yeah, and it actually works really, really well.
Can you sharpen that right here for us? Can we see?
I'll let these guys sharpen. Who's the best sharpener with the...
We're both good.
Well,
It's a question of trying to get it as flat against the edge so that you can just, you don't have to move quickly, but what you want to try to do is get that edge as flat as it can so that you can make it to a flat edge.
Guys, thank you for sharing all these wonderful tips. It will make us home cooks that much better in the kitchen, and maybe I'll even venture into baking, Carla.
Hey.
With a scale, we'll get it that much more precise. Of course, you know, but just to remind you, you can always watch The Chew Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock right here on Channel 7.